This is the dashboard, and from here you can make changes to your booking form. You can change the hours that you're available. You can change the lengths of the appointments and change a bunch of other advanced features as well. To get to those options, click the Edit Profile button, and then you should be taken to a screen that lists a number of options in red that act as tabs. So by clicking on one of the tabs, you can go to several options for that particular part of the form. The basic window shows you a preview of what the booking schedule will look like. You can change the booking link if you want to. Mine is called stevewhitaker.youcanbook.me. You can change yours to your name or any other word or terms that seem appropriate to you, and the website will let you know if that particular address or URL is available. You can change the logo of your form by uploading a picture. I've already uploaded one, so I don't have the option of uploading, but I could delete the picture that I have and then upload a new one. The page also provides your URL for that logo, the address for that picture if you ever needed it. And then here you can type the title of your form. Those are the words that appear above the form as people look at it, as well as some text that might appear below that title. If you scroll down a little bit, you can see a preview of what your form will look like. So there's my logo, there is the title of my form, Steve's Availability, and there is the text that I added to appear below it that says click on the time you'd like to meet. And if you continue to scroll down, you'll see the actual form. Yours will look different from mine depending on the options that you've set for it, but right now I have all of the days of the week and I have half-hour slots available. The times that are crossed out are the times that I already have things set in my Google Calendar. So the site is nice because it connects to your Google Calendar. You don't have to update YouCanBookMe to tell it when you're available and when you're not. It'll read that straight from whatever appointments you've already put in your Google Calendar. If you scroll back up, the next tab is Times. And this is where you're allowing YouCanBookMe to show the times of the week that you are available. I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday checked, which means I am available on those days. And then I have specific times on each of those days that I'm available to be booked. If you'll notice, my Monday time is different than the rest of the days of my week. I have morning meetings away from schools, so I'm not available until 1 o'clock. But if you had the same availability on one or more days, you could fill it in this top set of fields and then just click Copy to All to have the site paste those same times into the other days of the week that you're available. For you, you'll check only the days of the week that you'll be having teacher conferences, so you may uncheck Monday or Wednesday or Friday depending on the days of the week that you've set your conferences. And in those days' time slots, you'll type the times that you're available. You might put 4 p.m. in the first box to 7:30 p.m. in that second box. And then over on the right-hand side, you can ask the site to show different lengths for your slots. If you'll be meeting with parents for only 10 minutes at a time, you might want to have it display 10-minute slots. If you'll meet with them for 15 minutes, you put 15 minutes and so on. One trick that I found useful is to add just a couple of minutes to the time availability that I have to give myself some time in between. So if your appointments with parents are for 10 minutes, you might want to put 15 in there just to give you an extra 5 minutes before or after kind of fudge time in case something goes long or you need a little bit of a break in between. The Advanced tab lets you change the fixed dates for your conference. And in your case, you'll probably want to put a fixed start date and a fixed end date depending on when your parent-teacher conferences are going to begin and end. So if you have conferences on, let's say, November 17th and 19th, your start date might be November 17th and your end date might be November 19th. The Booking Form tab lets you change some options that parents will see when they come to your booking form. I have 4 different fields, for example, and if I click on this first one, I'll see I've chosen the first field that people will provide is going to be the start time, and that's what actually happens when they click on a time. And I've chosen the words "Let's Meet" to appear there. You might choose to write "Click on a time" to choose an appointment. I've asked the site to collect a person's name. So for me, that's a simple one-line question. The text before the box says your name, and there is no text afterwards. And I have checked that this is a required field because I don't want people to fill out the form and forget to include that. As a shorthand code or name for this field, I've just called it name so I don't forget. I've asked the site to collect email, and so for me that's an email address field. The text before says email. It's a required field also, and the shorthand code for that to refer to it later is email. And then the last question I have on my form is just, how can I help you, or what would you like to talk about? I chose that as a paragraph question, which means the people filling out that form have a larger box that they can type in. And then I called that box help with. It's lowercase here, but it doesn't matter. It can be uppercase or lowercase. Once you've created this booking form set of options, you won't have to change it again. I know it looks a little bit confusing, but honestly, it's not bad, and just let me know. I can sit down and help you with it if you want to. The other buttons that I tend to use up at the top, the other tabs, are afterwards. So after the booking, what would you like the site to do? I always have the site display a message that says, thanks, your appointment is booked for. And then here, I'm just copying those times that we used a little bit earlier. And if you come back to the booking form, if you look at Let's Meet, that's going to be the start time, and then we've got the name collected. So on afterwards, I'm saying thanks to the name that was filled out, your appointment time is booked for, that start time field. You can also have the site create titles for your booking. That's on this next little tab here. So you can have it create the title for that booking. You can have it send an email to you if you want, give you an alert, and I do recommend you have the site email you to let you know that this has been created. You can have it send you an SMS or text to your phone if you want to. If you would check that and then provide your telephone number. Honestly, I don't think this is necessary, and you would actually have to buy some credits for YouCanBookMe if you wanted it to work. So don't use this option. You can have the website send a confirmation to the person filling out the form. Again, I do recommend this. The subject can be your booking or our conference time or whatever you'd like it to say. And you can write your name here if you want it to look like it's coming straight from you. It's actually coming from the YouCanBookMe website, but you can customize it and make it look like it's coming from you. And then again, you just write text. If you want to customize the form, you can write in these little brackets the names from those form fields that you created. I would recommend you just go with the default. Finally, if you're like me, you want it to look nice and you have some time to play around with the appearance, click on this Appearance tab. And I think the thing that you'll probably play with the most are these different themes. So as you scroll left and right, you'll see a number of different appearances that you can choose. Some are a lot more ornate than others. Some are much more difficult to look at than others. For example, if I choose this techno style, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for people to take a look at when they're trying to read the screen. So I went with something that I thought was fairly easy to read. That's it in a nutshell. If you have questions and this video doesn't help, please just email me. We can set up an appointment and I'd be glad to come and sit down with you and help you.